I really want to encourage people to vote for our outstanding, hardworking candidate, Leslie Church, our hardworking Liberal candidate, Leslie Church. What she stands for is the values we are talking about here today.
Welcome back to Northern Perspective.
Congratulations are in order to Don Stewart, who performed the impossible by winning the Toronto St. Paul's election. However, before the polls closed, Chrystia Freeland made some remarks that had some questioning if she violated the Elections Canada Act. Did she?
Let's take a look.
Today is an important day in Toronto St. Paul's. There's an important by-election there. I just want to first reflect on the fact that, we are really lucky to live in a democracy, and we should never take our democracy for granted. And I really encourage everyone who lives in St. Paul's to get out there and vote. Living in a democracy is a privilege, and we should exercise that sacred right. This is an important by-election because it is about a choice between two visions of Canada, two sets of values. I really want to encourage people to vote for our outstanding, hardworking candidate, Leslie Church, our hardworking Liberal candidate, Leslie Church. What she stands for is the values we are talking about here today. She stands for a vision of Canada, which is about investing in Canada, investing in essential industries like our car sector, being sure that Canada can own the podium, investing in Canadian workers like the amazing workers who are here, investing in Canadian families with things like our national system of early learning and childcare, which is helping so many Toronto families with affordability, saving more than $8,000 per year per child already, and we're not yet at $10 a day. We're going to get there. And at the end of the day, a vision which believes in a Canada that plays as Team Canada, where we all work together to support and defend the national interest, as you are seeing here today, with unions, with industry, with government. That is Leslie's vision. That's the Liberal vision. That's why I'm really calling on the people of St. Paul's to go out there and vote for her, because the alternative is really cold and cruel and small. The alternative is cuts and austerity, not believing in ourselves as a country, not believing in our communities and in our neighbors.
Okay, so you may be wondering, what's the problem? Well, the problem that people are pointing to is actually in the Elections Canada Act in Section 323.
No person shall transmit election advertising to the public in an electoral district on polling day before the close of all of the polling stations in the electoral district.
So you may be thinking, well, Chrystia Freeland was, just giving a little mini speech advertising for Leslie Church, wasn't she? Isn't that violating the Elections Canada Act, and isn't that breaking the law? No, it is not.
And why is that?
Well, as much as we would love Chrystia Freeland to go to jail for speeding or lying or breaking the Elections Canada Act, it's actually in the definition of what advertising actually is. So let's take a look at the Elections Canada Act. So this is the Elections Canada Act, and you can find the link to this in the description. And if you scroll down a little bit, you will get to the interpretation. And under the interpretation of some of these laws, that usually means they're defining terms. So one of the terms that they're defining here is election advertising. So what does that mean? Well, that means the transmission to the public by any means during election period of an advertising message that promotes or opposes a registered party or the election of a candidate, including by taking a position on an issue with which a registered party or candidate is associated. So that sounds exactly like what Chrystia Freeland did.
Yeah, 100%.
However, for greater certainty, it continues, it does not include A, the transmission to the public of an editorial, a debate, a speech, an interview, a column, a letter or commentary or news, the distribution of a book or the promotion of the sale of a book for no less than its commercial value if the book was planned, yada, 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 and it goes on. So the real point to be paying attention to is part A, the transmission to the public of an editorial, a debate, a speech, an interview, a column, a letter, or a commentary or news. So this was, you could argue, was a speech, or you could argue it was an interview, because Chrystia Freeland was involved in making a speech prior to this question, or this press conference was actually going on.
And she was taking questions during the press conference.
Which you can classify it as an interview.
Yeah, 100%.
So, you could say it was very close to breaking the law, but it actually was not under this definition. So, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, everybody. But,
darn, we almost had her.
But Chrystia Freeland did not break the law. But she did take another question regarding the foreign interference and MP names collaborating with foreign states. So let's take a look at that.
Good afternoon, Minister. Kirk Ranich with Global News. Minister, NDP MP Jenny Kwan wants a House of Commons committee to find a way to release names of parliamentarians allegedly helping foreign governments without compromising national security. Does the Liberal Party support this request?
Thanks for the question. And let me just say, we take foreign interference very, very seriously. That's why our government has acted to put in place tougher legislation on foreign interference than any previous Canadian government. And we have acted to have the terms of Justice Hoag's inquiry include the report, the study of NSICOP. That's the appropriate venue for those concerns that were raised by NSICOP, those materials they reviewed to be considered.
Every single time she is asked about foreign interference, she starts with the same answer. You know, I just want to say we take foreign interference very, very seriously. And she has said that so many times that nobody believes that you take it seriously because you say the exact same thing every time.
Well, and it was hilarious when we were queuing up these clips and Ryan was watching and the question was asked. That's exactly what he said, mimicking Chrystia Freeland before she even spoke. We take foreign interference very, very seriously. And sure enough,
and there she goes.
That's what she said. It would be a joke if it wasn't so serious.
Yeah, because the response is a joke. And then she goes on to say, oh, well, we acted by including, these concerns in the terms of reference for just after Parliament voted for it. Like, you weren't going to do it unless all of the parties ganged up on you.
Well, and they're still not participating fully. They're not giving Justice Hoag all of the documents that she's requested in order to do her job and complete her report.
Remember, 4 cabinet confidence documents. That's all that Justice Hoag was given. And she has been asking and asking and asking for more. And this was after Matt LeBlanc months and months and months ago said, Justice Hoag will have everything that she deems relevant. Well, she's deeming documents relevant and you're not giving them to her. So, but in any case, the silver lining is that the Conservatives are no longer going to be shut out of Toronto. And it's probably at this point not a matter of if. It's when they get in and when they form government, they're really going to be able to change a lot of things. And we're going to be holding them to account to make sure that they do. So let's see how this unfolds.